Hello, you are listening to or watching What's the Tea? My name is Lydia.
My name's Andy.
And basically we are two former support workers that are catching up over a cuppa. Well, at the moment it's iced coffee and water because it's so flipping hot. We're trying to navigate adult life.
Stuff.
Even though we are
adulting.
No way an expert in it.
I'm incredibly thrown. I mean, I knew this was happening. I was involved in the conversation. We just have a conversation. But ever since we started actually recording, I've become very aware we have no table.
Oh, right. I was wondering where you were going with this.
I'm struggling with the change here.
Yeah, I know. So for the listeners at home that don't watch the podcast, just to describe our setup, if that's okay. We used to have a big, it wasn't that big, but quite a big round table between us, and we'd lean on the table and chat to the mic. There was something going on with the lighting today, and because, as you've probably guessed, we have a green screen behind us because, you know, no environment looks like that, as you can see from behind the
Wouldn't
screen.
it be great if it did?
Yeah. Because we've got an animated What's
Again,
the Tea
with
background.
apologies to our audio listeners.
So we've got a background of What's the Tea, and it's cartoonish. But basically, there was something going weird with the lighting where the table just disappeared on camera. So it looked like everything was floating when it was on the table.
And we just couldn't work.
We couldn't work it out. We tried putting a tablecloth on it. We tried all sorts. So the people that watch our podcast, that actually watch the video, we did this for you guys. We did it for you. So you had a better experience watching us. So we've removed the table. And do you know what? I kind of like it. I feel less restricted.
I feel like I should like it. I feel like my defences are gone.
You feel a bit vulnerable.
A little bit. If it's to the camera or in front of you, I don't know. On that note, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So we were just talking before we started the episode that it is my last official week of being based in Exeter.
Whoa.
So for those of you that missed the episode, I've got a new job within YMCA Exeter. So I am the housing manager for an upcoming project in Paynton. And we're going to a temporary office down there on Monday. So it feels weird this week. Feels like I'm going on holiday next week, even though I'm not.
I guess unofficially, this is becoming the new story behind the podcast.
Yeah.
So if the podcast is about kind of managing adulting stuff, there's that slight narrative thread, which is your new job, which is the Torbay housing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So sometimes my job was just sitting with you, Andy, and chatting to a microphone, but we do have other jobs.
I think everyone would get bored if that was the case.
And then I will be moving house as well, not for a few months, but it's interesting. It's an interesting week. How are you anyway?
I am tired.
Yeah, you seem about sort
now.
Today. Why are you tired, Andy? Why are you tired?
Because, weekend just gone, out of time of recording. I need to put words in some sort of
you are tired.
in some sort of order. A group of us went to a local church festival called Spree. There are 10 kids, 6 adults in our group. A lot of fun. Lots of kind of activities going on. There's fairground rides. There were axe throwing, archery. There's basketball. There was an arcade section. There's a load of church stuff.
Sounds fun. I wanted to be there.
Good times. Very high energy.
I did look at it.
Not a lot of sleep.
You're too
so
busy
I'm
partying.
feeling that a little bit this week.
Yeah.
But I would do it again. I
But
would
you took
hardly
a day off,
recommend.
though.
I did take a day off. I wasn't going to, but then I kind of got to Monday and I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to take some time off this week. So I had a look at the calendar, saw what I needed to get done, and I booked a day off yesterday. And I think my body's now going, yeah, you are tired. You can rest.
Yeah. So restful weekend coming up for you then, hopefully.
Definitely planning a restful weekend. So, yeah, gold star for adulting
well done.
section. I would like to claim one for actually booking and taking time off.
Yeah, well done, Andy. I am proud of you.
Because
I was very surprised.
That does seem to be a thing.
Yeah, because I messaged you and was like, Andy, you watched a movie on Tuesday. We were messaging and he was like commenting on the movie and I was like, are you at work? Like, are you watching a movie at work? And then he was like, no, I'm off. And I was so shocked because I knew it'd been last minute because normally you kind of tell me ahead of time when you're off in case, you know. So I was shocked, but very proud.
Thank you very much.
You deserve that gold star.
Thank you. Now, so we normally kind of record this kind of every 2 weeks, and there's normally like a good gap between recordings. That hasn't been the case this time around for various reasons. So this has been filmed quite quickly after we filmed the previous one and after we edited the previous one as well. And I've got to admit, looking at the video, watching some of that back, I was like, I could tell that there's like this little silent alarm going off in the back of my head. I was like, watching me, I was like, I'm there, but I am not mentally checked out, but I'm mentally on my way to checking out.
Yeah.
I am worried, slightly worried, because we're off to this thing where I mean, a lot of the kids I did know, a lot of the kids I didn't know too well, hadn't been to this thing before. I knew there was going to be certain things I was going to be expected to know and to do. And whilst I wouldn't say I was stressed.
You sounded stressed. That sounds like stress.
That sounds like stress.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, so looking back on it, I was like, crikey. It was very much kind of almost like a classic, I'm just ploughing on.
Yeah.
So I thought, let's talk stress today.
Stress, love it. Not stress. I don't love stress.
You love stress, do you?
I don't love stress.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't love stress?
No.
Are you sure?
I am stressed most of the time, but I don't love stress. No, I don't love it. I'd rather not experience it.
But you do like it.
I think,
no, she doesn't. I'm winding her up. Do not stress about, please. And if you do, don't blame me.
I think certain stress can be good, but I think before we get onto that, I think it's important that we talk about like what is stress.
Okay.
Because we all hear about the word
I'm stressed.
And people
such a stress.
Yeah, and you know, some people are like, oh, I'm really stressed about this, and you're in the same situation. And you're like, I'm not stressed. I'm good. So, what is stress? So,
what is stress?
I guess it's kind of the body's way of responding to a situation, isn't it?
Okay. That makes sense. But,
yeah. So,
but
like a challenge, like, you know, it's responding to a situation that is challenging.
Yeah.
Might lead to kind of a feeling of being overwhelmed as well because you have so much to do, very little time. So it's I guess it's similar to anxiety in some ways in how our body responds to anxiety and how it responds to stress. And I think that's why some people get them too mixed up. And
okay.
And the reason I'm talking about anxiety is because last episode, if you haven't checked it out, we talk about anxiety. So I think the body's way of responding to stress and anxiety is very similar, and that's why people get them mixed up.
Okay. So what are the differences?
So basically, the body, it's still the fight or flight response, which is very similar to anxiety. So last episode, we talked about the amygdala, the kind of little kind of walnut-sized thing in the brain. And that gets alerted when, I guess, a certain kind of level of, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, word is escaping.
Danger?
Yeah, danger. Adrenaline is going through us. It kind of gets triggered. And then our body then reacts in a certain way. So like everyone is different of how their body reacts to stress. So with anxiety, you tend to get very kind of, you tend to get like the flight response.
Yeah, it's that nervous, I need to do something about this to get out of here.
Yeah. Whereas stress is kind of slightly different. Some people flee from it, but not everyone. Do you know what I mean? So, it's kind of, fight or flight response, brain reacting to a challenging
stress is more
situation.
kind of, I'm dealing with this.
Yes.
I'm not running away from it.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it? I guess if anxiety is that caveman style, I need to run up a tree to escape from a tiger.
Situation, Run and hide.
Stress is more the fighting a battle.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Or fighting yet another battle.
Yeah, so, and it can, and there's different types of stress as well, which I think is important to stress.
I see what you did there. That's clever
Little
podcast presenting.
Little dad joke there for you. I hope that listeners appreciate that. So we've got acute stress and we've got chronic stress. So you've got short-term stress, then you've got long-term stress.
Okay.
So I guess like a short-term stress might be an exam, because it's one single thing. You do it, get over and done with. Might feel like a long-term stress because the build-up, but it's a smallish event.
Yes.
That you kind of move on from it. Whereas I guess like a chronic stress might be a financial stress, which is a bit more longer term. It could be a health illness that's causing stress. That's again a bit more longer term. So because we can't avoid stress. Stress is the way of life. Like adulting is stressful. Whether it's financial, if you've got kids, because I don't have kids, but kids can be stressful.
But that is a good point, because I guess what a lot of us would really love to be able to do is just to kind of go to our happy place. And I frame it that way because ideally I'd love to be able to sit down and play on the Xbox or the PC or whatever for a very long time, have some cold cans or something, and just enjoy in that space. But for other people, it might be being down at the beach or whatever, and that's their happy place. We all kind of default to wanting to be in our happy places, but actually the whole process of, going to work, managing your house, what happens when that goes wrong? What happens when you actually need to tidy up again? All that sort of stuff. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And I think to give an example of, I guess, a short-term stress for, I can talk about myself, in terms of me applying for this job that I have now been given, the application form, I was so stressed about it, making sure I said all the right things. You have to sell yourself in a job application, which I hate doing.
You weren't stressed about the application form at all, were you?
Shh, Andy.
Okay.
I might have sent quite a few things in the group WhatsApp with Andy and Chris to be like, does this sound okay?
I know nothing about that.
And, I spent 9 hours on a job application. And then getting to the interview and then stressing about the interview. And then, and you get that butterfly feeling of the stress. You get that nervousness, lack of sleep. And once it was done, it was done. That stress went because I did it. And then obviously I was successful in getting that job. So that's kind of a short-term stress. Yeah. A longer-term stress would be, for example, I'm trying to give an example of a long-term, I guess just work in general, is a long-term stress. There are days where you're going to have stress. I enjoy my job. I love coming to work, but there's a longer-term stress that happens on a daily basis because you have to get certain things done. You have deadlines. If you're managing people, that can be an added stress. So that's more of a longer, longer thing going on because that's daily, yearly, monthly.
It's whereas a general life thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it might be worth talking about how stress affects our body.
Okay.
So it can lead to burnout because some people with stress, and I'm smiling because I may be guilty of doing this sometimes, is overworking.
Oh.
To get that stress, to feel I need to feel like I am on top of this stress.
It's a way of appearing to manage
and try and cope with it.
Stress.
Yeah. Working like 150% all the time, not having lunch breaks, not leaving work on time because of the stress. And basically what that can...
But it's also the working 150% and assuming that is what you should be doing all the time.
And, you know, eventually it catches up with you. You get burnt out, so you're exhausted. You might end up feeling quite depressed. You know, you could end up developing, because you're not looking after yourself, a lot of illnesses, because you end up getting a lot of colds, flus, whatever's around you'll catch because your immune system's weakened, because you're not looking after yourself. The stress takes a toll on the body, it weakens your immune system. And then obviously then the mental health stuff that impacts, that then is impacted as well. So, you know, if you don't handle stress, long-term stress, especially, particularly well, you could end up becoming quite ill because you're not looking after yourself as a result. So even though stress is an everyday life thing, everyone has it. It looks different for everyone. Some stress is stressful for others isn't. It's important that you look after yourself so you don't get ill.
That was bright. That was cheerful.
Yeah, sorry guys, put a downer on
all incredibly
on the
true.
episode.
Shall we talk about what stress looks like?
Yeah.
I guess just make it clear that it does look very different to lots of to everyone. I mean,
for example, let's talk about us, how we are different when it comes to stress.
Yes.
You go very quiet.
It's very true.
Very quiet.
Incredibly
withdrawn.
Yes.
Eyes.
I am
always wide. Face is very tense. And we won't
very true.
Yeah, we won't hear from Andy. And if we do hear from Andy,
I'll focus, I'll get my head down and I'll plough through it.
And if you speak to Andy, because you need to speak to him about something,
I'm fine.
Your voice goes higher.
Oh yes.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
I'm not stressed at all. It's all going well.
No, it's fine. It's all
like,
right.
wow,
yeah.
Andy's voice has gone the highest I've heard it in a while. He's clearly stressed.
Yeah. No worries.
Whereas for me, I can be, there's two ways for me. I can end up being very snappy at people. And when I say at people, that sounds very unprofessional. It's normally like my closest and dearest people.
Yes.
So Chris, who I've worked with for 8.5 years, sadly he gets the brunt of it. And I get the brunt of his as well, so it's kind of 50-50. My family tend to get the most of it as well. I don't eat lunch. You can just see me like constantly like going from one thing to another, and I'm like moving really fast, and I'll be talking really fast. And everyone's like, "Whoa, Lydia, slow down." And I would say I'm quite good at hiding my stress at most times. Like a lot of the time people think I'm fine, but inside I'm dying because I'm stressed.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm a bit of like...
And I think that is what we both have in common.
Yeah.
In that we both trying to kind of hide that stress.
Yeah. And sometimes we're really good at it.
Yeah.
And then other times... you go really quiet and your voice goes really high and your face goes really tense.
I mean, the voice thing only really happens when someone asks me a question when I'm like, fine, why not?
Yeah. And like I've called Andy and I'm like, do you have a minute? And he's like, yeah. And then like we're talking and I'm like, are you okay, Andy? And he's like, why would you ask that? I was like, you sound stressed. I might be.
You might be trying to fix 20 things at once. It's fine.
So again, like there's some similarities but some differences. Like I don't think I've ever heard you snap at anyone in the 8.5 years I've known you.
Yeah, I'm not really massively snappy.
Yeah, whereas I can be snappy.
Not in work anyway.
Ooh. I feel sorry for the people. I live with you, but no, I'm joking. I can never picture you being angry either.
I'm just trying to lower the standards
like
in case I do get snappy moments at home. I don't think I do.
Andy's like the most chilled person. Like obviously he experiences emotions like everyone, but like
I have emotions.
Andy, this is not helpful.
I've worked so hard at disguising that.
Andy, it's important that the listeners at home, it's okay to have emotions and feelings.
Okay.
But no, I've never seen you angry. Like, as in, like, you snap at someone, shout at someone. Like, I know you're angry at a situation because I know you to be like, oh, he's not happy about this. Like, you tend to, like, go, like, breathe really deeply. And I'm like, oh, he's annoyed about this news that I've just delivered. But I couldn't imagine you, like...
And I'm processing, not snapping.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the loading screen? The buffering thing that comes on. That's what happens with Andy when he's processing his emotions. Yeah, you're a very chill, mellow guy.
I am indeed.
In terms of
chill.
like your outward way of expressing your emotions.
Indeed.
Would your wife agree?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool trait to have. I think a lot of people would want that.
Excellent.
Anyway, we've gone on a sidetrack there because I've just suddenly was like, I'm analysing
We moved
Andy.
from stress to analysing Andy.
Yeah.
Which in itself could be a movie title.
It could be an episode in itself.
Let's not do this.
So recognising signs, that's what we got. That's what we were talking about when we got into this. So,
but I think it's about knowing yourself, isn't it? It's
100%.
about knowing your own personal cues to say that you're stressed. And I should probably do something about this before it carries on. It's like too far.
Yeah.
So what can we do about
We
feeling stressed?
haven't talked about signs. We just kind of brushed over that because then we went on a sidetrack.
Let's talk about signs.
Okay, so there is like physical.
Let's talk more.
There's physical signs.
Okay.
Just give you more work, Andy,
Okay.
to edit. No, there's physical signs. So like headaches, you can get tension headaches, which is like, you know, because you're like focusing on something so much. You got muscle tension as well because like when you're stressed, you tend to be a bit more tense with how you carry yourself. So Andy gets it all in his face.
Is that my back?
Really? Yeah. I guess, yeah. And also fatigue. Like for me, I become extremely tired all the time. No matter how much I sleep, I find it hard to wake up in the morning. Yeah. So that would say with the physical signs would be. And there is emotional signs. So we've already kind of talked about this, like irritability, like snapping at someone. It can come out in anxiety. So a lot of the time when you talk to like a doctor or therapist and they say, oh, you know, I'm really stressed at the moment, or I'm really anxious at the moment, sorry. And they'll go, okay, is there any significant stress going on in your life? Because it can come out as anxiety because you're worried about something, which in turn is you're stressed about something. And depression as well. So fatigue, feeling extremely fatigued physical wise is a symptom of depression. So you get that, and also kind of the low mood because you just, especially if you are so stressed, if it's a work or a health condition, you can just get so low with it and just feel like hopeless and that there's no way out.
Yeah, because it's a mental weight that you are carrying.
Yeah. And then like I guess the behavioural signs is like change in appetite. So some people eat more. For me, I can't eat when I'm stressed. I can't eat. I skip meals. The sort of food just makes me feel nauseous. You might get sleep disturbances. So for me,
you can't sleep.
Yeah, for me, it's insomnia. Triggers insomnia.
Okay.
Yeah. I just find it really hard to switch off. Brain's going 100 miles an hour. Can't sleep.
Or you might wake up and your brain's already going 100 miles an hour.
Or you might get like weird dreams or like nightmares because you're stressed about something. I had a weird dream the other day and everyone was like, what are you stressed about? And I had to think about it and I found out what it was. But I had a dream where I was talking to someone and I've never had this dream before. And I was like, oh, what's this? And I crunched down and I was like, oh, what's that? Spat it out and it was a tooth. And I was like, oh, I've just lost a tooth. And then I started losing all my teeth. Ooh. It was so weird. Yeah. So that's
with apologies to anyone who gets freaked out.
Sorry. Andy is a visual person as I am, so that's why he's getting freaked out. But he pictures things very easily in his brain. But yeah, it was really horrible. I've never had that dream before. But it turned out because we had this new job and moving offices and planning a project, something to do with that, I think, that triggered this weird dream.
If you are out there and you are into meaning behind dreams and things like that, please feel free to get in touch and try and decipher Lydia.
If you're able to decipher me, please do reach out because that might help me. So those are kind of like the common symptoms that you experience.
Okay.
If you're stressed.
So what do we do when we are stressed? How do we manage that?
I feel like you're better at managing stress than I am.
I think we've made it very clear that we're that, so probably not.
No, but I think you have some better coping mechanisms to manage your stress that you've definitely given to me over the years.
I mean, I think a lot of it is about working out what you can control. So there's this theory of like circle of influence. Like what is you can influence? What can you not influence? Is it something I can... Basically, you're asking yourself, is there something I can do anything about?
Yeah.
Doesn't always work, but it can help to kind of mentally kind of tell yourself, actually, I can't do anything about this. It's outside of my control.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I can be worried about the outcome. I can be concerned about it. But is it something for me to just be stressed over?
Yeah.
I can't do anything about it. I have other things in life to be stressful over.
Yeah. Okay, so you could essentially, like, I guess, write your problem down, for example.
Yeah.
And then just be like, okay, what am I in control of with this problem? Listing what you can do, what you're controlling, what you're not in control with. To be like, okay, well, if I do these things, at least that's my... Because I think some people need to feel like they're doing something over a situation.
So,
to feel in control.
If you are someone who feels like they need to do something about whatever it is, ask yourself, what one thing can I do today about that?
Ooh, good.
Or it could just be, what's one positive thing can I do today? If you're into journaling, that could be just a good journaling question in on itself as well.
Yeah.
So therefore you have the opportunity to kind of work towards it, to kind of do something about it. Also, it could also be about just going back to basics. So things like, if you're feeling overwhelmed by stress, it could be giving your brain, your body, another emotion, another feeling. So it could be going out dancing. It could be going out for a walk, have that feel of fresh air. If it's hot outside, it might be a case of feeling that hot, humid, sticky air, which you don't really like, but it's something else that's hitting your body. Okay. Sour sweets could be another thing.
Ice, like if
ice,
you, like, it's basically extreme temperatures or something extreme that's different from the norm and to shock your system back into
thinking something else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, I like that.
And it could be something as simple as well as, actually, are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Do you just need to do something? It's
kind of looking at what's it called, the thing of the pyramid?
Yeah, Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is sometimes we forget the basic core of what we need, which is
and if you're
food,
stressed,
sleep.
Particularly kind of in a work-focused way that we've talked about a lot, is you kind of forget those kind of basic needs.
You do.
And
I'm terrible.
It may not necessarily be a work thing. It could be a case that you're stressed over an exam or moving out, and because your body's kind of been focused on that, you've kind of forgotten or put less priority on the basic stuff.
Yeah.
So things like having something sensible to eat, having something sensible to drink, going for a walk, having a shower, resorting to basics.
Basics, yeah.
We also haven't mentioned probably the golden advice.
Oh, what's the golden advice?
Talk to someone.
Oh, yeah. No. I think that's an important one. I think it's really, like, if it's to do with work stress, I think it's important to try and speak to your manager to say, like, this situation is stressing me, or I feel like I've got too much going on, because they can work out, okay, is there anything I can take off your plate? Is there anything you can hand over to someone else? And then, if it's personal, then definitely talking to a friend about it.
But I think more often than not, stress is a symptom of what is going on.
100%. And I think also, like, if feel like you've got a lot of deadlines up, or you feel a task, you're stressed about a task, is writing it down in small steps. That's what I've done, and that's been really helpful, of being like, okay, I need to get this done, this done, this done, and then ticking it off. Also kind of guided meditation or deep breathing can sometimes help regulate the emotions and the body again. That's something I definitely do. It's just like, I'm going to go take 5 minutes, I'm going to go sit in a room somewhere, close my eyes, and just focus on my breathing.
Yes.
Great. I think that's all. Oh, one obvious big tip that's been very helpful for me in my stressful of remembering all my basic needs and things that I need to do is our lovely people at Finch.
The Finch app.
The Finch app. And you're all probably rolling your eyes and be like, I'm really going on about this Finch app.
Find it on the App Store.
Yeah, it's so good, so helpful.
It does have a mood checker, so you can select how you're feeling as you open up the app. If you select the negative one, it does give the option of looking at a few mental health first aid stuff. It's
basically gamifying your to-do list, your basic needs, and your mental health.
Yes.
Also, the last thing I would say is, if you're someone that frequently struggles with stress and you've tried these techniques and it doesn't help, then the last thing that I would say is get professional help, is to go speak to your GP, see if there's anything they can do or prescribe to help you, or going to see a counsellor or some type of therapy that can help you kind of strategize and work out how to manage your stress.
Got your coffee, got your shoes. It's time to dive into the weirdest news. Alien squirrels or a cat that talks.
Okay, so now time for weird news.
Yeah.
First up. Now, actually, earlier on, you talked about your nightmare teeth story.
I did.
This is a story about a brown bear having dental work. He had the first of a first of its kind procedure for a bear. He has now got a new silver-coloured canine tooth.
What?
That's been kind of put into his mouth. It's kind of been fitted with a new crown, the largest dental crown ever created, according to the zoo. According to the zoo marketing manager, he's now got a little glint in his smile now.
That is pretty cool. A bear with a silver tooth.
With a little glint.
That sounds like a book, The Bear with the Silver Tooth, or a movie.
Could be a mystery movie,
yeah. Mine is also animal themed, kind of, as an article.
Oh, okay.
So I have experienced this. You've met my parents' dog, Bonnie.
We've had Bonnie on
the podcast and in the studio.
Yeah.
I've got her for a couple of weeks in October and for 42 days next year because my parents are going away on a cruise, all right for some. And when she's walking, she's 31 kilos.
Okay.
She's a chunky dog.
Yeah.
She's a golden retriever. And sometimes if she sees a squirrel, a cat, she might go, and all of a sudden my arm jolts out because I'm not expecting it, and my arm goes out.
Okay.
Now, thankfully, I've never been injured with that. I've nearly fallen over a few times, but I've never really been injured. But according to a study, the NHS, it costs them about £23 million a year due to injured dog walkers.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. And it's all...
Due to dog injuries, £23 million.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just dog walking injuries. So it's not like a dog that's caused an injury. That is just walking a dog. And they said it tends to be hand and wrist injuries from a yanked lead, which I can imagine, because they especially if you've got like a big dog. So that is the most common mishap. And women make up 3/4 of the injuries, and 31% of the cases were over 65s.
Wow.
So what I'm getting from that is that women, if there's dogs out there, women tend to walk the dogs more. I don't know what that says about men, but hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also do think though we are probably less sturdy than men. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. In terms of like,
I feel like I've got no lines in that play.
You're like, I can't say anything without getting into trouble.
Yeah.
And the UK's population of about 8.5 million dogs we have as well, which is crazy.
So
there's 8.5 million dogs.
Are we saying be careful when you walk the dogs out?
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Apparently, finger fractures were the most frequently reported injury as well.
Right.
So when you're walking your dogs out there, be careful, be alert, because a dog yanking the lead could cause you to hurt yourself.
Well, on that note, I'm going to say be careful of dog walkers out there.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say thank you for watching and or listening to What's for Tea. Don't forget to subscribe to us on your favourite podcast provider or check us out on the YMCA Exeter YouTube channel. Till next time, take care.